All right, what is up? This is Golden Dice Podcast. We're here with round number 5. On the right is Minion with Satine, 3PO R2 Armored Reinforcement, and on the left is Mike with Aphra, Sentinel Messenger, and Elite General Grievous. So he opened up with BT, ruled out, and looks like he hit the 3. And Minion on the right rolled out, got resources, and resolved the 2-for-1 to go to 4 resources. Looks like Mike resolves with 3. Looks like they're missing the shield. Minion missed the shield. He uses Scruffy. Now we get to see its full hand. So Probe, 2 Crash Landings, Stab Droid, and Automated Defense. The tough part about Scruffy and things like that into Aphra is that sure, you take the Crash Landings, but now he's going to draw into more things, and it's kind of hard to regulate that a little bit. That's Scruffy, so it goes in the discard pile. Yep, and they got that. And again, Minion has a crate in his hand. It's hard to see a little bit. I'm actually really enjoying going through and watching these again because it helps me with camera angles. If I'm having trouble doing something on the way back, certainly can make a difference. Looks like 2 indirect and 2 focus. R2 comes out. Hits a resource. So it looks like he's going to go to a resource on 3PO, and I think he's going to grab 3 more. Aphra comes in, hit the 2 range for $1. Maybe that was a shield or 2. So crate looks like Entourage, Hidden Motive, and 1 more card in Minion's hand. Knowing that he's clear, he could play really whatever he wants. The only way that Mike is going to draw into more. Okay, they notice the damage now, finally, on R2 with the shield. So he's able to play the Entourage and potentially, resolving it if it rolls out and doesn't hit damage size and hits the 2 resource side. Obviously, that would what Minion would want. Mike's just thinking about his options. I think that was a Theed power action, not a... Yep, there you go. Minion does the AR. He's going to bring in the Falcon here and Escape Craft with it. Cuts the deck, and back to Mike's turn. So again, Minion is probably at this point trying to just ramp into resources. Right, so he has him with the Probe. Fickle, and an Entourage. So everything stays in Minion's hand. R2's up to 4 damage now. after resolving that Aphra pay side. Now minion detaches it and rolls out the escape craft, looking to hit a focus potentially, which he does. Now Mike resolves the 2 indirect. Minion takes a shield off 3PO and 1 on to Satine. Minion takes a resource after the focus. Plays a Fickle. Fickle comes in, hits the discards, one range side, so yep, he gets to crash landing that. Goes on to the messenger, draws a card, didn't get a chance to see what it was. Rolls in either the shield side or discard side, it's looking like. Now Minion's probably detaching simply to avoid DM and loss of both of them. Looking like the shield side's being resolved. 2 shields onto R2. 3 shields, sorry. So even though Minion did take more damage, I think he's in an okay spot. Where Mike, despite pumping out 6, 7, 8 damage, I guess, right? With the shields, is probably a little bit less happy just because he was only able to get BT down. So he's going to be looking to hope to get 000 down next turn and get those extra, ping damages online. So I probably looks like we've got a hidden motive and a pacify on Minion's side, and Mike is still debating. He keeps the bubble shield, draws 000, dangerous maneuver, sinister piece, and climate array is what Mike drew into. So he's obviously going to be extremely happy about 000, and bubble shield is also going to be relevant as well. He'll be able to dangerous maneuver the damage off of his characters onto that, deal an indirect, and draw a card. So Value Town. As I'm sure many of you are aware of, Aphra has been around for quite some time. So Mike gets to go first. And he's using Aphra's ability. The power action token is obviously just a reminder that he has used Aphra's ability, as there are multiple droids within that deck. And the Fickle comes out and hits a 2 disrupt. And Mike responds with playing the Bubble Shield. Looks like that's a resource. Okay, so he does the dangerous maneuver. Puts it onto the Bubble Shield. Minion will take an indirect. And Mike will draw a card. And he drew into By Any Means. I think he's just going to take the money. So back up to 4, and he does have the handheld, and he does have the entourage online. Now Mike activates BT. Hits the 1 melee minion, takes another shield off R2, and puts 1 into 3PO. And Mike will draw on the respite off that. Falcon coming in with the 4 indirect, that is looking like. Yep, Sinister Piece comes in, Climate Array is getting discarded, and the 4 is going to be removed. Minion puts the handheld cannon onto R2. So Mike's going to go ahead, respite, draw a card, get a resource. Didn't see what he drew into. The 1 melee and the 3 indirect, it looks like. And he's turning to the 3 for 1 on the Fickle. He might have actually drawn into another by any means. Yep, so Mike will play that. He's going to take the 3 indirect off the board, deal an indirect, send a messenger, and then Minion has to take 1 indirect himself. And Mike draws into a good one with Forsaken, which is currently online because he only has the BT die in the pool. If the Fickle was on it too. It does that into Aphra. Yep, and the Forsaken comes out. Satine hitting a resource and 2 for 1 resource, it's looking like. Maybe 2 indirect. Greaves coming in with a blank and the 2 indirect. Minion opts for the resource. Entourage comes down. Minion searches his deck, and he's going to add a Fickle Mercenaries to his hand. So obviously he baited him out for a while. He figured if a DM was going to come, it would have by now, but it has not. So he's going to try to get his Entourage package going. Minion asked if Mike would like to cut his deck, I'm guessing. And 000 looks like he hits the 2 melee, but paid the 2 for 1. Calls a hidden motive. And gets it. Mike just weighing his options, I believe. He does still have the messenger activation to hope and get something from that, but instead he takes the 2 indirect, and Minion will do 1 and 1 on 3PO and Satine. Entourage comes out, hits the special, but it is only worth 2 at this time. Also on the 1 melee. Whatever that was, he did not play it. But he focuses to resource, would be my guess. Yep, the 2 resource side. So now Minion's either going to get to play a Fickle or a Resistance Crate Speeder. In theory, if he plays a Crate Speeder, he could get that resource and still play the Fickle, but now it would be role dependent. Yeah, I think it's a Fickle, Crate, and a Pacify in hand. Probably just checking sure to make sure there's any number. And Sentinel Messenger hits the shield side. Resolve that one melee. And he does opt for the Resistance Crate Speeder. And he rolls the natural money, it looks like. Minion's got to be happy about that. Being behind on damage, he probably is the reason he probably didn't put the damage on the Crate Speeder, take 2 resources. Simply because, again, he's got 10 damage on him, and Mike only has 5 damage, but has a shield as well. But Minion's board state is obviously pretty good right now, having 6, 8, 11, 13, 14, 15, 17 resource worth of things on the board to Mike's 4. BT will come in. One and one. It looks like he hits the 3-for-1 on BT. Minion's going to want to get those Fickles in, potentially hit Disrupt, or at least force Mike to buy one of them. But if Mike's going to resolve that 3-for-1, then he's not going to have a chance to buy either Fickle. Yep, in comes the Fickle. Looks like a discard. You can see Minion still has a Pacify in his hand. Can't exactly tell what Mike has. Looks like an Intimidate is his top card. An N1, a Crate, and Field Medic is our other cards. There comes a Field Medic from Minion, putting R2 back down to 5. Looks like Mike's also got a Respite in his front hand, Intimidate, a BT. He might have the Desperate Measures now. So he opts to exhaust Aphra again, go back up to 2 resources. Draw a card. Yeah, so now Minion definitely wants to get that Fickle into the pool. Looks like he's lining up another discard side. Looks like he hit 2 focus on both those. R2 coming in. A blank and 1 melee. And now Minion's going to turn to the 2 disrupt play. So now Mike, of course, is in a rough spot. Once you turn that 2 disrupt, it's like, might as well just buy the thing. Ooh, and the Coruscant Police comes in. And after that's played, you get to remove a Scoundrel die, which is a Fickle Mercenary. I really am liking the Coruscant Police the more I have looked at it. It's certainly not a world beater in terms of its value, but it has no blanks, and especially in Aphra, it only costs one. So plus, if you get removal and a die for one, I think you're living in value town. Looks like a discard coming in 000. Minion looks like he rerolled the hand cannon into a disrupt and got a focus and 2 indirect on Satine's dice. Yep, so he did 1 to Aphra. He's got 1 more to assign. One on the messenger. So Mike again is not wanting to let Grievous die. I think again the fact that he has 2 dice and gets the reroll as well just gives so much value with him, and maybe that's why he's wanting to do that. And comes in with the 1 range on the Coruscant Police. Yep, minion activates 3PO and takes 2 shields to put on R2 to help keep him alive. Mike using the focus to go to 2 indirect and 2 melee would be my guess. Yes. Looks like minion hits that shield side again on the Falcon. Messenger comes in, hits the shield side. And Mike draws dangerous maneuver. And he's just going to put that 2 back onto the messenger, but he's mainly doing it to cycle and deal in indirect. And minion opts for the shields on the Falcon. He still has plenty of damage dealing dice with Entourage, Crate, and still Fickle Die in the pool along with a hand cannon. So he can certainly turn out damage this turn and prolong the game. And here comes the Intimidate from Mike. I think that was a really good call this weekend for Mike. I really like the way he built his deck. I think he was able to counter a lot of things with Intimidate against Raylo. I think Coruscant Police isn't something that people normally play, so that's a good one as well. People might not be expecting. So Pacify comes in on Grievous die. Minion takes a disrupt just in case R2 does go this turn. Mike's going to feed off the Sentinel die to take that resource back immediately. And Escape Pod comes in and hits a blank. Yep, and there comes the Act of Cruelty, which will kill R2 and do damage to the other characters, and then Minion will have to discard a card. Again, Act of Cruelty, another great card by Mike that he included. If you watched rounds 2 and 3, you saw that pull off to great effect. Killing like 3 walks, and then next game killing Grievous and a Sentinel Messenger. So now it's starting to look a little sketchy for Minion. He still has a way in which he can really just come back right here. I think he can get a character if he would like. It really just will depend how this turn plays out. It looks like Mike has an EMP in his hand as that top card. Another 000 in his hand. Another BT and a Desperate Measures. I mean, the big thing that Minion could do here would probably be the special on the Entourage. Um, but with that Desperate Measures, I think Mike's still okay with him being ahead playing that. So that special comes out, Desperate Measures, yep. And so Mike obviously gets extra value on that as well when he puts one more into Sentinel Messenger. Just really wants to keep Grievous alive. And Minion takes an indirect from that because of 000 and gets a draw card as well. So Desperate Measures is just even greater with Aphra. Alright, 2 indirect comes down. He takes 2 resources with the Escape Craft, putting him back up to 3. So Minion plays the N1 Starfighter, which special can either blow up a vehicle or reset a vehicle that isn't a copy of that. So he's going to look for that reset on the Falcon. With the pass, I guess Minion attached that to try and get more value as well. And Minion takes a reroll on his last card. And he hits the 4 indirect and the focus. And a discard on the Fickle. So the question becomes is that he would obviously like to probably kill a character. And he could do that by focusing to the 3, but both of them, both the Fickle and the Falcon have a paid 3 ranged, I believe. I mean, I know the Fickle definitely does. I believe that's the Falcon as well has that. So he opts to focus to shields and takes a discard. The Falcon has actually has a free 3. I'm sorry, it's the 4 ranged that is the pay side. So Minion again, opt for the 3 shields. It's like another Coruscant Police and a Probe. Desperate Measures, Forsaken, and a Climate Array in Mike's hand. Minion, it's looking like some form of cards. BT comes in, hits the 3. Looks like easy pickings, a hired muscle, a field medic. Unsure of the rest. Fickle comes in and hits some range damage on that. Forsaken is going to come down. And there goes 3PO. Falcon comes in, hits the 4 ranged and the focus. Messenger comes in. He knows it's a Sinister piece. And he hits the 2 melee on top of it. And discards a probe. So Mike is officially decked out. He has 4 cards in hand. 4, and he now is down to 3. There goes the Desperate Measures. That's a good one to hit for Minion. And so Satine's sitting at 2 health left, and Mike still has plenty of things to roll in. Field Medic comes down. So now Mike is 4 damage away from winning. While Minion is 3, 9, 18 away. Right, but at this point, I think with all the discard sides that Minion has, that could become a viable option for him. Looks like a resource and a shield on Grievous. Crate comes in with a 2 indirect. So now he puts the damage on it. It looks like it's the shield side he's going to be resolving here. Yep, so now puts Mike 6 away. Aphra comes in. Looks like hits a discard. 2 indirect. And a focus on Satine. Triple Zero comes in and hits a discard, it looks like. Alright, so the escape craft is detached. Coruscant Police coming in and hits the 1 ranged. And there's a focus on the N1. Mike's got a Climate, a Bubble Shield, and 1 more card in his hand that I can't quite tell what it is. Yeah, Mike takes the resolve of that. The N1 is going to come in, and Natural rolls the special. So Falcon is going to get a reset here. I think Mike's just counting. Grievous power action with a reroll and gets a disrupt, it looks like. EMP comes down. Falcon is reset. So Minion does still have that hired muscle in hand as well, if he's looking to go for discard. Looks like he comes out and hits the 4 for 1 and a blank, but he does have that focus on both Satine dice. Alright, yeah, so at some point Minion is going to have to natural roll. Looks like they just shake hands. I think he understands that Minion can get there on the discard. So Minion is going to win on mill as time is going... Well, time doesn't matter. He got milled. But that is our round 5. We do not have round 6. It seems like the file got all messed up. It was only 30 seconds for me. So hopefully I can get the top cut matches to you very quickly. I know many of you have been looking forward to watching the Django Palp lightsaber mastery games, and he does feature in the top 8 and in the finals. So again, hopefully I can get that to you guys by the ends week. But again, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in to Golden Dice. Best of luck to everybody in their upcoming primes. We will be streaming at Worlds, so I look forward to seeing you. Definitely come up and say hi. I'll be having my Golden Dice shirt on and all those things. But again, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for everybody's support. Thank you to our patrons that make things like this possible. And we'll catch you guys on the next video.